today's video, I want to talk about safety. The idea of safety comes from the fact that we all want to go home at the end of the day, whether it's at work or it's at play. And for us, with our antique tractors and the equipment, you got to remember safety. You got to remember safe practices of the operation of your equipment, not just so you can take care of the tractor that you have, or the plow, or the baler, or whatever have you, but also so that you can operate it in such a manner so that way, one of several things. You go home to your family at the end of the night. You get to enjoy operating it in the future. And you get to enjoy the peace of mind of knowing that you're trying to do the best you can to operate it in a safe manner. A couple days ago, a friend of mine mistakenly forgot to check his tractor to make sure it was in neutral when he went to start it. The tractor, unfortunately, did start, which is kind of what you want, but not in the manner of what happened. His quick thinking kept him alive, and he is still able to enjoy his tractor. The two pieces I'm going to be using today is the Buddy RJ's 1937 Allis-Chalmers WC and my 1941 John Deere H. Now, the reasons I mentioned the years is because back in those days, they didn't have all the safety comforts and everything of the newer pieces of equipment that are operating behind me here. Those tractors out there, they have computers, they have safety switches, they have all sorts of innovations that were processed over the years that weren't available when these tractors were first built. So, some key things you want to try to remember. When you approach your tractor, older tractors, a lot of farmers and operators have a neat thing where you turn the gas off, sometimes in order to shut the tractor off and give the tractor a chance to cool down before it shuts off. That's one of my practices. The John Deere's, the older hand clutches, if you will, you have a way of keeping yourself safe even if the tractor's in gear. All you have to do is just go to the hand clutch itself, give it a jerk back, and make sure it's not engaged. This one happened to be disengaged, and I didn't realize it. Also, check your gear shift, make sure it moves freely, not that it's stuck in any gear. We're going to enjoy the sights and sounds of the modern equipment, so that way you can hear me today. Now, isn't that something to watch? So back to what I was saying. Whenever I go to start up one of my tractors, especially my older one, especially one that is hand stuck, I always try to make sure it's in neutral. Because if it was here, the clutch was engaged. As soon as I start turning the flywheel, you would barely even notice that the tires even moved. I don't even know if anybody saw the tire move behind me as I was turning the flywheel. Now I'm taking a big risk here trying to do this just to demonstrate folks. So I felt the tire move. That tells me that the tractor's in gear. Therefore, at least if I disengage the clutch on the hand clutch, now I can turn the engine over freely and not have to worry about it starting up in gear. Same thing with this particular tractor. There is actually a safety feature on here that not many farmers were aware of. Unless they were shown. The clutch pedal, you would pull it forward and you could actually lock the clutch out on these tractors by flipping the lever over and thus keeping the tractor from moving even while it was in gear. But this one here as well. You always want to check your gear shift. Get yourself into the habit. You know, sometimes if you have to, try to put it in gear on purpose, just so that way you can make sure it's out of gear on purpose. And then when you're ready, you can take your hand crank, walk up to the front of the tractor, and then attempt to start it. The idea of this video isn't to show you how to start a tractor. The idea is to show you how to keep yourself alive in the process of starting the tractor. I hope this helped, because my idea is I'm trying to help everybody to go home safe to their loved ones and be able to come back out and do this again. Thank you for your time. If you like it, whatever, I don't care anymore. But like and subscribe, whatever have you. My idea is make sure you're safe, make sure you go home.